All right, here's a good one. Give credit to Rodney Mullen for starting it all. Randy Mueller, the creator of freestyle skateboard, which is the style this guy is doing in the video. I feel like we need to straighten this out real quick. My friends are really good at freestyle skateboarding, and I've been noticing a lot of the same comments on most of their videos. It seems like a lot of people are under the impression that Rodney Mullen invented freestyle skateboarding, like the entire catalog of freestyle skateboarding tricks. And while Rodney is arguably one of the best freestylers of all time, to say that he invented the entire sport is inaccurate. In fact, most of the tricks that my friends and I do on a daily basis weren't invented by him. So today I am taking my camera gear to the Sunday freestyle session that we have in Long Beach every week. And me and the freestylers are gonna film as many tricks as we can that Randy Mueller didn't invent. Let's see how it goes. Oh, my Bebop. I forgot my Bebop. Now we can go. Now I'm ready. Let's go. So we're gonna talk about tricks people do all the time that people say are Randy Mueller tricks, but they're not. We're gonna talk about gymnast plants first, because everyone loves gymnast plants. Hey, Holden. Hey. Do you know what a gymnast plant is?
I do.
Do you know who invented the gymnast plant?
I don't know, Neil Blender? Beats me.
Shane Rouse. No one knows that, so I don't blame you for that. Also, hi.
Hello.
You're not from here.
I am not.
But where are you from?
From the deserts of Tucson.
Who are you?
I am Holden Bistry, worst freestyler in Tucson.
Can I ask you to do a gymnast plant? I know you can do a version of the gymnast plant. I'm terrible. My wrists are too destroyed to actually do
The versions
that.
I do aren't the right ones.
Can you show me a version?
Yeah. Try to keep my back straight, just like smelling it.
I miss you, Derek. Derek's gonna be out here soon. You gotta come back out for that. I appreciate you. Can I give you a high five? Hi, Lauren.
What's good, y'all?
How you doing?
Doing great.
Can you do gymnast plants?
Gymnast plants. I'm still working on it, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you show me one?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Let's see.
You're doing the rail whip one, the wheel whip one. Dude, those are the best ones. Hold on, we gotta actually come back to this, because that's important. But I'm pretty sure Gunter invented that one. Jacob, do you know who invented the kickflip?
Pierre Wheelander? Randy Mueller.
No, it wasn't Randy Mueller. People think it was though. I mean, he invented the ollie kickflip, but that's a street trick. Do you know who invented the pineapple flip?
Yeah, Mr. Pineapple.
Doug Saladino.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You already knew. So we're talking about two tricks here. Doug Saladino invented the pineapple flip. His nickname was Pineapple. But there's another trick, the freestyle kickflip, which was invented by, Bob Loftin just told me, Curt Lindgren.
Who?
I don't know. But the point is, it wasn't Randy Mueller. So, can I shoot you doing a kickflip?
Yeah,
And
sure.
maybe a pineapple flip?
I can try.
You got good ones. Can you do an M80 for me? That was beautiful.
That was sketchy.
That was sketchy?
Yeah, the rotation wasn't all the way.
What's your name and where can we find you?
Hi, my name is Jacob, and where you can find me, and that's where you can find me.
Hello.
Hey,
May I ask your name?
Kevin Ridgway.
Can you do a kickflip for me? I just saw you land one and I'm pretty stoked on your kickflips right now.
My kickflip.
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh. What's up? What's your name?
Isaac.
Can I ask you to do a trick for me?
Yes, of course. Like a street plan to rail. Oh God.
Oh man. Wait. We gotta get that rail flip out. Oh. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you for letting me film that.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Elias Martinez, I guess.
Can I ask you to do a trick for me?
Yeah. I honestly don't know what it's called, but
All right.
I'll just show you it.
Straight. Woo! All right, I think we're getting a little off track here. I spoke to a bunch of freestylers from the 70s and 80s to try to get an idea of what tricks were invented by who and who really invented the bulk of the tricks that freestylers like me and my friends do. Now let's start out with a trick that I love and the trick that gets a lot of comments and questions and concerns on this YouTube channel, the coconut wheelie. The coconut wheelie was originally called the PA wheelie, and from everything I've gathered, it was invented by a guy named Pierre Andre. PA wheelie, get it? And you might know Pierre from videos in the 80s, but also you might know him as being the founder of Etnies and S in America and all that whole soul tech thing. Now, I don't think anybody's gonna argue that he's the inventor of this trick. Another one that a lot of us do is the Primo, or the Primo slide. Now, Primo Desiderio, is a human being who used to do shows at SeaWorld freestyling. Primo is well known for doing really fast footwork and also doing these high speed slides on the side of his board called Primo slides. Now, Primo is also used nowadays to describe any time you're standing on the side of the board, but at one point it was way more common to call that a rail stand. Not too sure who invented the rail stand, but it was being done ages ago, like in the 70s and maybe even the 60s. Now, the Casper is a huge trick that we all do, and it's another trick that's named after a person. Like Primo, the Casper was invented by a guy who goes by Bobby Casper Boyden. I thought he invented the kickflip. I was incorrect. A guy named Matt Barden invented the M80, the kickflip M80, which all of us do so often. And of course, Doug Saladino or Pineapple invented the pineapple flip, which is like a varial kickflip. The point is, all of these tricks were being done back in the 70s, and we have this huge like catalog of tricks that came out of the 70s from a bunch of different people. I don't know, I wasn't there. It seemed cool. Now, we haven't even scratched the surface of the 1980s yet, but in the 80s, people were starting to get a bit more technical on their boards, and it seems, from what I'm hearing, like things got a little bit more competitive. According to Shane Rouse, tricks like the pogo flip to pogo, which I've always called a fan flip, were invented by him, and then people like Per Wellender were doing flipping at halves. Oh man, and the Bebop, that was a Hazze Lindgren trick. People have been posting like crazy now that Johnny Geiger learned it, but like that's not a Randy Mueller trick either. And we can't talk about trick invention without talking about yo-yo, and I'm not gonna go out and try to film a yo-yo plant. I'm sorry, that doesn't happen. But then beyond the 1980s, we have this whole new group of people that were getting into freestyle and kind of establishing themselves as pros, which is, I think, the most interesting point in our history. And my heroes growing up in freestyle were guys like Keith Renna and Tommy Harward, who really just broke down the doors of truck transfers. They like totally started building out this whole vocabulary of truck transfer tricks that we still go back to today. And when you see people like Sean Burke or Turi Zoltan doing truck transfer tricks, they are drawing huge inspiration from people like Keith and Tommy. The trick that I probably do the most when people ask me to do a trick is the Renegade Flip, which is a Keith Renna trick, or it's a Tommy Harward trick dedicated to Keith Renna. I don't know. They had like a fun little bromance going on there for a while. It was really sweet. And then nowadays we have people still inventing tricks. Yuzuki Kawasaki is doing incredible things on the side of his board. And then Yuta Fuji is constantly pushing the limits with how many flips he can do in tricks. And both Yuta and Ethan are doing really interesting things with footwork nowadays. Being able to kind of change how you're leaning on the board and spinning the board is something that freestylers didn't really touch in the 1980s. There wasn't a whole lot of like new stuff happening with footwork. People are continuing to really push the sport in exciting new ways. I'm not doing a very good job covering everybody, and there's no way I can name every single person who's invented a trick in the last 20 years. But I guess the point of this video, and the reason why I was so excited to make it, is that I understand that a lot of people's first exposure to freestyle might be Rodney Mullen. But whether you're talking about who invented a trick that came out in the 1960s, or who was the first person to do a pressure flip to toe side coconut wheelie, it was Yuzuki. I think it's really important to acknowledge that freestyle has existed for a really long time and continues to grow and evolve and develop in the same way, if not a more vibrant way, than mainstream street skateboarding. That's my opinion, at least. I'm more proud than ever to see my friends pushing the boundaries of what they can do on a skateboard while also making this community a more encouraging, inclusive space. And yeah, I really hope we can continue to do that. thanks for watching this. Thanks for being willing to listen to me ramble on about who invented tricks. If you think I'm wrong on all of these, yell at me in the comments. And we will be keeping in touch with y'all via YouTube videos and live streams and more content on here and TikTok and Instagram very soon. So keep dancing, keep being good to each other, keep taking care of each other, and we'll see you then.